1 year later, a community continues to mourn the loss of a mother, a grandmother, and 5 children that died after Michael Haight killed his family in Enoch, ultimately turning the gun on himself.
This is a live look to a celebration of life starting right now to remember those lost in this senseless act of violence. The Haight family murder marked a huge turning point for domestic violence policy here in Utah.
News specialist Lauren Steinbrecher is live outside the Department of Public Safety tonight on just how it helped spark changes and what is different. Here we are 1 year later. Lauren?
Mike and Debbie, the Department of Public Safety tells me that a year ago is really up to each local law enforcement department how they handled domestic violence calls, how they kept track of those statistics, how they connected victims with resources. But today, it is a lot more cohesive.
After that unforgettable horror in Enoch, mother Tasha Haight, her 5 children and Tasha's mother shot and killed by Tasha's husband, Michael Haight, who died by suicide. Utah went searching for answers and action.
The case of the whole family that was killed in Enoch, that was right before the legislative session started.
It immediately added fuel to the fire for bills like SB 117, mandating all police agencies in the state get on the same page when responding to domestic violence calls by using the lethality assessment protocol or LAP questionnaire.
But that happening, I think it just put it front and center at a time when they were all considering legislation, and there wasn't much resistance to domestic violence legislation.
The bill passed. The program unrolled 6 months ago at the statewide Information Analysis Center.
There was about 50% of law enforcement agencies.
Lieutenant Nick Street described how half the agencies in the state who weren't using the protocol are now up to speed, and all agencies are reporting the thousands of LAP questionnaires victims fill out to a state dashboard.
We're able to now utilize a lot of data points that are coming in for domestic violence that we otherwise at the state level wouldn't have seen.
They track the stats. For example,
one big trend is the referral to victim services.
They're finding officers are able to refer more domestic violence victims to services, potentially saving lives. Just one outcome from a uniform protocol 1 year after an unthinkable tragedy helped spark change.
In addition to helping with sort of that boots on the ground, connecting those victims with the help they need, Lieutenant Street saying that going forward, they are hoping to use some of that data, those statistics that they are going to be pulling to pinpoint where that they are seeing trends and where they can then better allocate state resources. Mike and Debbie.
All right, Lauren, more information is always a good thing. Thanks so much for that report. And as we continue to tackle this difficult subject, know that no matter your situation, help is always available. If you or someone you know is experiencing domestic violence, you can call either of the hotlines on your screen any time of day for help.